Want to stand up? Hey everyone, James here again. Today I'm going to show you some of the difficulties you might face in actually transporting your e-bike. In this case, the Turbo Levo. It's a struggle. It's a real struggle. So sit back and relax and enjoy watching me fight the bike. Alright, here's our bike today. The 2021 Specialized Turbo Levo. Not that that matters, but I'm just giving you a reference point for weight. This weighs under 24 kilos, but 24 kilos is a lot when I say under 24 kilos. It's no 9 kilo race whippet. So, when you're riding your bike, unless you've got the privilege of leaving straight from your doorstep out onto the trails, which some people do, I can do it from here, but eventually you want to expand your horizons. You want to ride trails which you don't normally ride. So we're going to be putting this bike in my car, and that's that. Now, before I do this, I would like to say that I have been bad. I haven't washed my bike, and I'm sorry for that. But we all do it. We all let it slip. All right. It's an easy mistake for us to make. But we're gonna push through, go for the ride, and then wash the bike. Then we save a whole day of having to wash the bike. Clever, really. First things first. We're gonna put this bike in this car. We're gonna start off, if you don't have bike racks, on the back or on the roof. So we're just gonna put it in as if it's like a wagon, and you've got space. Obviously, I've got to take the wheel off, which is a bit of a pain. So I'll show you that anyway. I just include it. All right. First things first. Open the car. Slap her in. Alright, so first things first, we've got to take the front wheel off. This is pretty standard amongst all bikes, but I think it's a bit of a shame they don't have that quick release there, but that's just me. I'm using the car a lot, and that's that. So when we're watching this, we've got to take into consideration that I am, not to talk myself up, but I am a fit, young individual. And I'd like to think that I'm relatively strong, but as you can see, it's a real effort for me getting that bike into the back of the car. There's a lot of weight there. And then once you get it in, well, in my car in particular, you sort of have to push it further, and the weight acts against it. It's just sort of a bit of an inconvenience. Especially if you're older or you've got back problems, a weaker upper body, you've got to consider these things. Now we're going to pretend I've got a rear bike rack. I don't, because I'm not a fan of them, but now I've got the e-bike, I think I'm going to have to reinstall it. So as you can see, lifting it into this position is considerably easier. Considerably. This is definitely the go. And finally, we've got the Rooftop roof rack, which I also don't have, so we're just going to demonstrate lifting the bike up there. This is by far, I believe, the worst of the three. The difficulty to get it above your shoulders, it's so hard. And I couldn't even get it on top of the car, really. So I don't think this is a recommendation moving forward for an e-bike. Right, so we've arrived at the trailhead. Somewhere a bit different today than I normally ride. A bit more old school, less flow and jumps and stuff. It's good for skills though. And it's good to spice it up. But in truth, really, I've just come here because I don't think it's going to be as wet as everywhere else. Got the bike in the back, and now it's time to get it out. And there we have it. Obviously you can see how much harder it would be to get it off the top of your car with all the straps and gadgets, but I think ideally a rear bike rack would suit the e-bike. Starting to rain now, so looks nice up there, but time to go for a ride. So it turns out there's not actually that much cool features on this trail, so I sort of gave up filming pretty quick. But to make up for that, I guess we do have, where is it? We've got a little wallaby friend up there. Yeah, just something you might not see, depending on where you live. Just a note on these wallabies. There's so many of them. If you don't live in Australia or specifically Tasmania, you probably won't know. But these things you run across the trail, like, oh, there's so many of them. I wish I had a GoPro or some sort of chest mount, just so you could see how many of them run in front of you while you're mountain biking on the trails. It's just ridiculous. Fingers crossed I haven't hit any yet, but that's not to say the same about several friends. Well, after some rather uneventful trail footage, I've finished the ride, about to pack the bike back up, and hopefully you've gotten some rough, vague ideas about transporting your e-bike in your car, and it'll give you some thoughts and answers for the future. Moving forward, I'm planning to do a video about actually riding this bike on the trails, on some better trails than this. Not to disrespect these trails in any way, but yeah, subscribe so you don't miss out. Hopefully we get some quality footage and can show you what this bike is all about.